Congratulations, Ken Kreitz with Cam Vets Media. Bryson, it's another solid performance. You're involved with 5 touchdowns, 3 rushing, over 100 yards, another strong rushing performance. Why did it go smoothly today?
It comes from a great week of practice. Just peace in the preparation, as Coach Worley always says. We had the bye week and then this week to get ready for these guys, and I think we took full advantage of it, and guys were ready to play.
Lucas, congratulations. Offensive line, helped lead the 288 yards of rushing, the #1 rushing team in the country. How did it feel out there, your unit working together, setting off those rushing plays?
Good. Like Bryson said, we had 2 weeks to work at it, and, Bryce was a really good team, really big up front, so we know that was a challenge for us. And, we really pushed ourselves to, move them around up front. So we left a lot out there, had a couple penalties that we shouldn't have had, but, I thought we played pretty well. So.
All right, so just final question. You carried 23 times, I think it's 41% of the rushing plays. Can you maintain that level of work of taking that many hits, over the course of the season?
I hope so. Yes, sir. If we need me to run 20 times or 10 times, certain plays hit against certain teams on certain days. So whatever we need to do to get a win, that's what we'll do. But
hey, Bryson, wanted to talk to you about that last drive in the first half. The 2-minute, 1-minute drill. It seems like that could be the final piece in this offense, maybe. You played a pretty strong first half. What were you saying out there?
Yeah, we had some really good play calls there from Coach Worley, getting in the end zone right before half. That last call, Casey Reynolds is a really good receiver. He ran a good corner route, and it was a good call, and it was open. So we're going to take advantage of what the defense gives us. We're not going to force anything one way or another. So
the passing today, was pretty on point. Was that kind of what you guys wanted to do if you saw the look to be aggressive in the passing game?
Exactly. We knew certain looks they'd give us that we'd have some big openings in the passing game. And Coach Worley and the whole offensive staff put together a plan in the passing game, and those are the exact looks we got, and it worked out. And we have really good protection, really good receivers catching those balls. So,
what do you think that touchdown pass to No Short did for you guys and did for you?
It was awesome. Had a couple of bad throws to Noah in the first 2 games, but we finally connected on one. So that was great for him, great for this offense, and really excited going forward.
You guys have anything else? Anything for Lucas? We'll go to Joe on Zoom.
Hey guys, congratulations on the win. Joe Icona with Go Black Knights. Bryson, for you, first of all, on the I think it was your second rushing touchdown where you did your best Barry Sanders impersonation and leaped over the offensive line for a 3-yard touchdown on 4th down. Had you ever done that before in high school or anything? Because I think for the Army fans, that's probably the first time a lot of us have seen that. And where did you get those hops from?
Yeah, I had a few in high school like that. My mom hates it when I do it. She tells me to stay on the ground. She wants to keep me safe, I guess. Looking back at the film, I didn't even need to do it because they blocked it so well. But I wanted to make sure we got in the end zone because I had kind of a misfit on the run before. Again, they blocked it great. Could have walked in, but whatever it takes to get in the end zone.
And Lucas, follow-up and final question for you on Bryson's first rushing touchdown there. I think it was around the beginning of the second quarter. It looked like the whole O-line had their whole D-line 5-6 yards in the end zone. Connor had a pancake. There were 1 or 2 other pancakes. I'd have to go back and watch it to see who all had pancakes, but you guys got a huge push, and you were getting a lot of good push on a lot of the quarterback and fullback runs all day. Like you said, against a pretty good front seven. What do you think really has been the biggest improvement throughout the season for the offensive line? You guys have played well in all 3 games, obviously, but today seemed to be maybe your best performance.
Yeah, I just think, like I said, we had that 2 weeks of preparation, and we got challenged this week. Right, there were a lot of big guys up front. They had a pretty talented O-line or D-line, sorry, and they had some good film. So we were really pushing ourselves to play as a unit. It's awesome when you got guys like Bryson, Kanye, Hayden Reed, they're going to make guys miss. So we cover our guys up and get some movement. We really pride ourselves on that, and we know they're going to run hard, and it's really cool to know that. And we got 4 or 5 yards of movement, but then Bryson carried 3 or 4 guys 4 or 5 yards. So it's a pretty cool when everything comes together like that. It's awesome.
Go to Ken on Zoom.
Hi, Lucas. Ken McMillan, Times Herald Record. Lucas, just to touch on the question just asked, you guys have really been doing a great job piling up the yards offensively. How does it feel to be so effective and to be the #1 rushing team in the nation right now?
It's awesome. Like that's one of our goals at the start of the season, to lead the country in rushing and, be the most efficient pass team. I know we're not gonna throw for a lot of yards all the time, but when we throw, we want it to be big plays. So, that's been our like big season goal, but it's really just every day, every practice, every meeting, every lift, just doing everything you can to do your job right. It's like offensive line is one of those things where, 4 guys could have a great block, but if one guy doesn't cut off the backside or gets beat, then the play's dead. So, just playing together and just really, and having that gritty group that we want and we pride ourselves on being the mob is just that's our goal. So, yeah.
And Lucas, just talk about the mix of offense this year. Even though you guys have really gone more run dominated, the passing game has been, rather effective this year. How dangerous does this make Army?
I think being able to, go gun, throw the ball. As offensive line, we pride ourselves on that too. We do the 1-minute drill every day. We do one-on-ones with our defensive line. That's just something that we want to be as well-rounded as we could be, right? So when Bryson drops back to throw it, he has much time as he needs to make the throws and reads he needs to do. So I think, just instead of being one-dimensional or, having 2 different, we can throw it and run it whenever we want. I think that's, it's really powerful and exciting for our season.
And Bryson, I know that you always talk team first and you never like to talk about yourself, but 5 touchdowns is a rarity in Army football history. How does it feel being part of that?
Yeah, kind of like I said earlier. Some days a defense is giving you certain looks to certain plays, and today that happened to be the quarterback run that we were running quite a bit. And so that was the most effective play to get in the end zone, and so that that's why it accounted for those 3 rushing touchdowns. And when you load the box, we're gonna hit play actions over the top, and we got really good weapons out there catching the ball. So that would led to those other 2 touchdowns. So just taking what the defense gives you every week, that's going to lead to a lot of success for us.
And last thing for you, Bryson, Coach Monken was telling us that he wanted to see more out of the passing game. There were some things left on the field the first couple of weeks. I thought today you were finding all your targets. How did you feel about the way you guys used the passing game today?
Yeah, it was an emphasis. It's kind of something we were challenged with. I challenged myself. I wasn't as efficient in the first 2 weeks as I needed to be. So just getting extra reps after practice with guys like Noah, Casey, and getting those reps in so we could be more efficient in the games. That was a big emphasis, and it was awesome to see that come to fruition today.
Thank you.
You have anyone else on Zoom?
Real quick, guys, just as a player, from a player's perspective, rather, how do you guys approach a short week like what you have coming up here?
I think you just come to work every day like we do every week. The only difference this week is we're not going to have our Monday off like we normally would. But we had a short week with Lehigh. Week 1, it was a Friday game. But we're just going to come to work every day, starting tomorrow, and we'll be prepared. We're ready to play.
Lucas, just real quick, you guys are starting off 3-0. Can you talk about maybe the attitude of the team, maybe wanting more, not being satisfied?
Yeah, I think, we have the week by week mindset, right? So you kind of, Coach Monkey said in the locker room, flush this one, right? Like we left a lot out there. You got to take some of the positives, right? Because you don't want to just be a Debbie Downer all the time, but see where we can improve, and that this one's behind us, right? We won, it's over with now. We can't dwell on that or what have you. So we're ready for Temple, ready to prepare this week. Got a short week, so we got to just focus on ourselves. Really put that to work, and we don't, like Bryson said, we don't have that day off. So I think it's just looking next. Like can't dwell, like be happy about the 3 wins you have, right? It's a good spot we want to be, but that's our goal. It's what we work for. So just ready for the next one.
Right, so just a quick one on the second possession, you went 17 plays. They brought 90 yards and we finished with a touchdown. What is it like when you're able to run a long, kind of Army-like rushing oriented drive, 17 plays, finished with a touchdown?
Yeah, it's awesome. I didn't even realize it was that long. but it's huge. You know, that's what this offense is built for. That's what this team is built for. You know, if we can give defense as much rest as possible and wear down defensive players, that's the goal. And it was a great drive. I'm glad we finished it too, because a lot of those long drives it's sometimes hard to finish because you're so tired as well. But it was awesome to drive all the way down the field, take up a bunch of time, and finish in the end zone.
Thank you.
You guys are good.
Awesome.